Welcome to Politics NY with Skye Behind the Curtain, where we speak with all kinds of political and governmental leaders who are doing things locally. And right now I'm with Vanessa Simon. She's running for office. She's running for City Council District 31 in Queens. There's an incumbent there. So let's meet Vanessa and hear what she thinks she can bring differently to the district.
Good morning, and thank you for having me, Skye. I'm looking forward to sharing my plans for Southeast Queens, District 31. I'm going to be representing Laurelton, Rosedale, Far Rockaway, Arverne, Brookville, and Edgemere. So that's a pretty big district, but looking forward to it. I am authentically coming as a leader that's offering alternatives. I think that that's important, and just really providing some resources and tools for the community to really thrive. I want to make sure that as their leader, I am the voice of the community and that I'm representing them and what we're about in Southeast Queens.
So Vanessa, what's your background? Like, how'd you get to this place to run for office?
Oh, wow. I love this because, growing up, I'm first generation American. My parents are Haitian. I was born in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I came up to Long Island when I was about 5. So I grew up in a small town of Islip, which I always like to highlight because Islip has my heart. I know there's 5 Islips, but I went to Sherwood Elementary and Islip Middle School before going to St. Anthony's High School, where my mother, who really wanted to have that kind of extra discipline, I guess, in the school formation, and St. Anthony's is a wonderful high school. So that's where the change came from public school to Catholic school. She really wanted me to challenge just overall my academics and striving for the best. Then I went up to SUNY Geneseo, where I majored in political science. And then I ended up having to move back home and be with mom because mom had gotten sick. And then from there, I actually ended up in the retail life for 10 years. So with retail life, I learned a lot of leadership development, talent management, and then I ultimately ended in HR. And then from HR world, I stayed in retail for about 5 more years before changing gears. And I'm now at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. So the Met, they had the Met Gala last night. So shout out the Met.
Were you there?
I wish. I have to shout out my girls because I am the HR business partner to the events team who worked tirelessly to put that event together. The Super Bowl of fashion last night was stunning. So just shout out to my girls and making sure that they were set up for success.
So now, yeah, it's exciting in all aspects. In the fashion world, which you look fantastic and fashionable yourself, and with politics too. So what can you bring to the table, Vanessa, that's different from the current leadership for District 31?
Absolutely. I mean, I really try to harness my tools as being in HR. Like, I represent the people in all of the corporations that I have worked for. So it's almost similar. And the commonality between the corporate world, if you may, versus the community. I'm the voice of the community. I want to bring the resources and tools to kind of elevate the conversation, provide these programs for them, whether it's, coding, we have CDL licensing, just to elevate the overall finances of every household. Like, I think it's important to show people what they have available to them, helping connect those dots, hold their hands through it, making sure that the right training and development is there. And ultimately, that'll be my role. I mean, I don't necessarily have to leave where I'm at, but I feel this calling to get involved in the community. And I think, Skye, you and I were speaking before this interview. A lot of people don't realize the impact of local. If we changed every local community and provided the tools and resources to help bring them to their best self, like, as a country, we'd be better.
Mm-hmm. So last question now, is there a path to leadership and to victory for you as a Republican in that district?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's not going to be an easy race. My district is still 70% Democrat. However, my small but mighty team has petitioned for me to be on 3 lines. So I'll be on the Republican line, the conservative line, as well as the Save Our City independent line. But having those door-to-door, one-on-one conversations, just really getting them to see my intentions. I know that they're seeing a lot in mainstream media what it means to be a Republican, but connecting those dots, right? So, and tailoring it to each community. Just to backtrack really quick, growing up on Long Island versus being in Queens the last 3 years, it's two different areas that require two different needs. So my advice to any candidates that are running, really tailor your messaging to the areas that you live in, because you really have to try to advocate for your constituents based on their needs.
Mhm. Okay, good message. So thank you, Vanessa Simon, candidate for New York City Council District 31, for joining us on Politics NY with Skye. Good luck with your race.
Thank you, Skye. Thank you, guys.